and come back,
Mm-hmm.
fucking grind out the day, outreach, scale
Mm-hmm.
the agency. And the thing is, dude, I was such a bad kid. I would be going around kicking people in the balls, like,
Why were you a degenerate? We were both kind of awake, like,
yeah,
what the fuck is everyone doing?
dude, every single day, every night, just fucking door dashing to have money for the agency.
I didn't really like, I was like, is this it? Is this the only like business thing? Or is there more of this like business? Because business was completely new to me. I never did it ever. And we're like, dude, this is insane. This is it. Fuck drop shipping. Then we pretty much went all in on SMMA and always. What is up? Welcome to the first episode of Deep Talks with Zach Motes. On today's episode, the first episode, we have Leighton. So what's up, Leighton?
What's up, everybody? How's it going? My name is Leighton. You guys have probably, if Zach has talked about me on the channel before, uh, me and him are brothers, pretty much from another mother. Scaling agencies together, working on business and life, and just generally doing the best in all realms of reality.
Facts. Facts. So this is episode 1. It's called Deep Talks with Zach Motes. What do you think of the name?
I think it's a
Think
fantastic
it's a
name.
good name?
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay, so let's see. Let's get into it, shall we? So tell the audience a little bit about who you are. Obviously, I know who you are. Tell the audience a little bit about who you are and what you've been doing for the past couple years.
What's up, guys? If you guys don't know me already, my name is Leighton. I've known Zach now for, I think it's been like over 3 years. Pretty much we met in high school. Used to be a couple of degenerate buddies together, just doing everything from A to
Yep.
Z, just living life, skipping class, pretty much everything. And we went on this journey together in business after going through our little spout of just having a good time being teenagers in high school, hardly even showing up to class. And essentially, I went on a mini journey. It's a long story to be told, but went from working 9 to 5 jobs, absolutely fucking hating it, working at tire shops, Dave's Hot Chicken, fast food restaurants, to being, you know what, fuck this shit. I don't want to live this fucking life. I'm going to take control of what I actually want to do in my life, travel the world, grow a business, and just be absolute fucking G's. Shout out Andrew Tate. And here we are today growing businesses. I
Nice.
personally myself, I'm running a social media marketing agency, also building out a entrepreneurship community to help like-minded individuals as well.
Nice. Nice. Tell us about the community.
The community is
I don't
not
think I know
built
about
yet.
this.
It's just a future vision that I have in mind right now. Right now, if you guys, I'm
Nice.
on my YouTube channel just documenting my journey from A to Z, the raw reality. I like how Alex Hermosi himself is also kind of documenting the journey from him to be one of the first documented billionaires on YouTube. His journey, I want to do the same, except my own way that is matched to, the current people that grew up the way I did. And I want to spread that message to everyone else that's on that same journey and pretty much learn from all of my mistakes, learn from the people's mistakes that have been around, and I'm able to pass that knowledge onto you guys, build a community of people, of like-minded individuals to help each other, not only grow in business, but mindset and lifestyle.
Nice. 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 So that's Leighton, ladies and gentlemen. Um, yeah, you'll be seeing him playing some videos. But yeah, so I want to ask you a few questions. And you're going to explain to the camera what got you into entrepreneurship. You said you had a 9 to 5, you hated it. Is there any other reason though?
I think, well, growing up, essentially, I mean, I had a pretty, I would say, unique childhood. I would say I was kind of doing entrepreneurship related things since I was a young kid. Like back in elementary school, we would used to have these things called, I don't know if you guys had kind of had the same thing, but if you were a good kid, they would give you out these things called B tickets. And pretty much if you
Yes.
did the right things and you had the right motives and the teachers
Never
liked
got
you,
any.
you never got any.
No.
But yeah, they were
Was a
pretty
bad
much,
kid.
what did you guys have? Did you guys have B tickets as well, or?
Um, I honestly don't remember what they're called, but they're like some tickets. They're like I don't know, but it was the same concept. I never got any though. Yeah. Anyways, what were you saying? What were you saying?
So, I mean, like, there was a point in time when growing up, I used to, well, for one, I was also a bad kid, so I didn't get much as well. And the thing about B tickets is if
Mhm.
you got enough, you could go out and on like free recesses. So every month there would be like a time
Whoa.
where I know, crazy, right? Where you could, if you had enough B tickets, you had like, it was like 20 or 50 or something like that. You can hand it to the teacher. And the thing is, dude, I was such a bad kid. I would be going around kicking people in the balls, like just getting in trouble, just not listening to the fucking teacher, getting into fights.
What?
And no, funny story. I'll get into that here in a moment. Um, but
Okay.
so the thing is, it was just me and a group of other kids that never got, out to recess. I was screwing around, never got B tickets. And it felt like every single time it was time to hand in your B tickets, go outside and reap for your rewards pretty much. I would have to stay in class and just continue doing work. I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm going to figure out how to get B tickets and I'm going to stay who I am. So at the time,
Nice.
Pokemon cards were really, really popular. So I was
Uh-huh.
with this at the time I was really good friends with this guy. His name was Ahmed, and really good friends with this girl. Her name was Leilani. And pretty much we came up
Okay.
with an idea to pretty much just collect a bunch of Pokemon cards since at the time it was super popular, and we would start handing them
Uh-huh.
out to other students. And we would charge them B tickets to get the cards. And if we had like a really rare
Nice.
card, you'd get like one of those, we had like these blue B tickets. And what would that mean
Uh-huh.
is it's like 10x, right? So you get 10x
Okay,
your
so like
ROI
10
pretty
and
much.
1.
Exactly. What we did was we
Nice.
collected all of the B tickets, Pokemon cards, and we would resell them to the students, and we would just get past our way into gaining these rewards at the end of the month. So I would say,
Nice.
for me at least, um, entrepreneurship started since I was a youngin. But
Okay, nice. I didn't know that.
but um, I think from there it kind of gave me like a kind of like a general idea of like, okay, I can make like I didn't think much of it. I was just like a little kid pretty much. But I think because
Uh-huh.
I went through that as a kid and because I learned the skill of being able to trade and sell and just give value to other people and receive, I subconsciously carried that over into middle school. And then from there, I actually met a guy named Derek, and we actually started doing e-commerce and drop shipping together. But it didn't start with e-commerce and drop shipping. We actually started with like he first got me into um it was like Instagram promotional posts. Do you know what those are?
Yes, I
So,
do. But tell the audience. Some people might not.
so back then it was kind of like the big thing that was happening. Instagram wasn't super big at the time, but it was exploding. And pretty much what would it be is you would create like these meme pages and you would just post a bunch
Mm-hmm.
of memes and grow these pages organically to like 50, 100, even million followers. And well,
Mm-hmm.
at first Derek was just doing that on his own, and pretty much he would grow a bunch of these pages and you could create like a kind of like a giant network of different Instagram posts and
Mm-hmm.
or pages, and then you would network with other guys with big pages as well. And then at the time there was also OnlyFans was like blowing up, right? And so a
Mm-hmm.
lot of OnlyFans chicks at a time they didn't know how to market and stuff. So Derek had an idea. It was like, let's make money by promoting these OnlyFans chicks, and they pay us a package. They pay us for like certain follower packages and promotions on our Instagram accounts. We ended up doing that first
Okay.
for about like a couple months. We made a couple $100 off of it, but we didn't really take it very far. But from there, we
Couple hundred?
just a couple hundred. It
How
was
much exactly? Like
I
200?
probably two, 300. It wasn't a lot, but it gave us like
Okay.
it gave us a perspective like, okay, we can actually make money online.
Okay, I see. I see.
And around this time, I got heavily into like investing, day trading, stocks, and that kind of stuff. Right? I took the
Nice.
kind of like the public course that TD Ameritrade had for everyone to take if you go on there and you study stocks. And we pretty much just put our heads down, studied it out, and we built out a plan to pretty much like this was all kind of within the matrix programming. So we thought we could just invest a little bit of money and keep adding to it, put it in index funds, ETFs, and
Yeah.
grow as we go. But at the time,
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
just kids and we didn't really understand how the whole system worked at the time. But we believed,
Right. Right.
like
Right.
they fed us, like, yeah, if you put your money into investment, you're gonna get rich. Funny thing is,
S&P 500.
Derek is still doing that to this day right now. So he's still investing, he's still making money that way, but he's taking the traditional route. Anyways, from there,
Which doesn't work anymore.
it does
What do you
not
think
work
of the
anymore.
traditional route?
What do I think of the traditional route? It's
Yeah.
bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
So should we text Derek right now, live on the podcast, and call him a bot?
Do it.
Or I'll do it after the podcast. I have to find his number. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, traditional method, trash, doesn't work anymore. So you were into that, and then what made you kind of realize, okay, this traditional method ain't it. There's no way I can make it with this method. What flipped the switch?
I think the main thing that flipped the switch, this happened a lot later on in the journey. Um, but essentially kind of continue where I left off, and I'll get to that point there here in a second. But we kind of stuck to that kind of traditional route for a while because at the time I think I was like in eighth grade, like middle school essentially.
Okay.
And from there, I
Right.
think it was either eighth grade or freshman year was when I started going into e-commerce, drop shipping. And at the time, that was the kind of thing that was blowing up,
Right.
right? And from there, Derek and I, we came together again. We were like, fuck this shit. We need to actually make money to invest because you need to make money to have that money work for you, essentially. So
Yes.
we had a good
Yeah.
idea kind of going on, and we started a couple of stores. I think the first one we did was it was like anime lamps, and you kind of see them being sold
Okay.
around now, like
I
in the
remember.
malls, like like the Naruto lamps and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So we ended up setting that up as a store, and I think we
Mm-hmm.
had probably around a couple sales from it. We actually made some money off of it. I don't
Uh-huh.
remember exactly how much. It's been too long, but we made a little bit of money from it. I remember things kind of fell off for a little bit, and we started going like
Mhm.
pretty much in the negatives, right? So we were like, you know what, we need to hop on to the next trend that's kind of going on. And this was kind of like the traditional e-commerce drop shipping model that at the time. So you'd basically test a bunch of products, you follow the trends that are going on, and what we were doing at the time was we weren't really utilizing our own kind of research into the market. We were kind of like, oh, this guy's doing this, let's copy him and let's see if we can
Mm-hmm.
trail and make some money off of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about that is you if you end up copying other people, you always end up in second place. You can never be in first place because they were the original person to do it.
Yeah.
We ended up doing this for a while.
Yep.
I think we sold like sticky balls, like these glow in the dark balls where you can just pause. You can just like throw at the ceiling and it'll like stick to the ceiling and you catch it and you just keep throwing it up. Um
Okay.
I think we also sold around like 10, 20, or 30 units of that as well. But we didn't sell it for like a high enough. I remember us not selling up for a high enough price to actually make a good profit out of it. So like you would order like we were shipping from the manufacturer or the supplier
Mm-hmm.
straight to consumer. And we weren't really doing any
Right.
bulk deals to where you would get like a huge discount off of it. And there was other competitors, other competition out there that was selling the same product for less than
Yep.
the price we even bought it for because we were buying it at more of the retail price. So that
Mm.
they bought like let's say 10,000 units for let's I'm just going to make up a number like let's say they got it for 25 cents each while we were shipping from directly the supplier to the consumer without like buying it in bulk. So we were probably getting it around for double or triple the price that the other people were getting it for, selling it for a lot less. So we got outcompeted by price for the amount of value we were providing, right? The one thing
Yes.
that we had the advantage over in most guys, and I think one of the biggest reasons why we were even able to make any sales at all was that Derek had a huge network with his Instagram, and we were able to do everything organically. And
Mm.
I think now we're heading into the era where paid is more scalable than it was back then, even though not a lot of people knew about it back then. But now the organic market's a lot more saturated when it comes to drop shipping and ecom. But that was kind of the golden thing we did back then, right? So
Okay.
I think we ended up doing that for most of high school, just kind of jumping back and forth, doing like selling
Were you
different products.
consistent?
No, not at all. Like we would do it for like 3 or 4 months,
Okay.
stop, do something else. Because at the time in high school, I was also kind of a degenerate. I was going around, going to parties, smoking, drinking.
Why were you a degenerate?
Why was I a degenerate?
Yeah.
To be honest,
Why?
because it was fun. Like I liked going out and partying. I liked getting drunk. I liked hanging out with friends. But it was, I think, around that time where I was in the lowest point of my life as well, because I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like I didn't have like purpose, or I had just had
Mm.
no plans essentially. Like I thought that my one of my plans was just to, well, there was two sides of me. And one was like go all in on business, start a business, fuck the 9 to 5 route, and the other one was
Hmm.
go to college, live your 20s like as a stupid teenager or like a stupid adolescent, and just live your life and then just work for the rest of your life. Or the other route was
Right.
to go all in on business and build my life up, right? And during that time where I was
Okay.
partying, I was stuck in the middle. I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought I was going to
Right.
um honestly, I thought a lot of me was just kind of going with the flow. I didn't really have a plan in place, but um from there, I think I kind of lived like that throughout high school, from all the way from sophomore year to senior year. And towards the end of high school is when I actually met you. So this is when I was in
Yep.
like Fritzy's math class with you. I think we met a lot earlier than that. I think we played basketball with each other like in freshman year. I think, I mean, you can attest to
Yep.
that as well.
Yep.
But
Very true.
you want to tell them how like you saw me and we met in the first place, like the first time?
The first time in freshman year?
Yeah. Like what did you like? I remember you
Uh,
saying like, what did you think of me when you first met me in freshman year? Because we weren't friends at the time, like actual friends, but we ended up being friends later in high school.
yeah. We also had like classes together. We had like, funny enough, we had like marketing classes together,
Yeah, that's such a
which is
coincidence.
funny. Yeah. But what did I think of you? I remember you tried really hard at basketball. You were like, I think the first it was like a basketball class. I remember I was just like messing around. I didn't really care. And we were like running like twos, like 2v2. And remember we were on a team and you were like really serious about basketball. Remember you were on like the team, I'm pretty sure. And you were like super serious. And I was not serious at all. And I was just kind of messing around. And then we got teamed up and then you were you took it like you took the game extremely serious. And I was like, "Whoa." And I was like not taking it seriously. And then you're like, "Dude, what are you doing? Why are you not taking it serious?" I was like, "Bro, what?" And then that was like the interaction in freshman year. But when we got close was and then we had like classes with each other. So we were like kind of knew of each other, but we weren't really friends and throughout high school until senior year hit and we were and then everyone started going to college. Everyone was talking about, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to college, this, that, that. We both really had no idea what we were going to do. And we just kind of weirdly, like, it was during like when everyone is kind of graduating that kind of week. We weirdly kind of just like got close because I think we both were in the same position. Like we were both kind of awake, like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is everyone doing? Like, kind of thing.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, and then we just got close. We were like, all right, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. and then we
Yeah,
just like got close.
I think around that time, we actually got into cars a lot. If you
Yes.
remember that. I think I was driving a
Yeah.
Subaru, and then you got your Honda, and then we also bonded over like
Yep.
car obsession, and we were thinking about like upgrading your car, and then we went
Oh yeah, I
out.
remember that.
You got a
That was
manual.
like that was the summer. That was the summer. Yeah, that was like the summer.
Hmm.
So that was like when we were like pretty close already with like Matthew, like in the trailer all the time.
Hmm.
Yeah. Trailer. Tell them about the trailer.
The trailer is like the I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like
The lab.
the lab, like where everything kind of
Oh.
started. It was like the how can I describe it? It's like the home base that you never knew existed, but it has always
Mhm.
been there.
Facts.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think yeah, at the time I think the time when we got like super close was when you
Yeah.
moved in with Matthew at his trailer.
Yes. Yeah. I
Man,
agree.
there's so much fuck shit that went on in that trailer.
What do you mean? What
Like
happened?
the amount of crazy things we've done in that trailer, from inviting like 30 people
What do you mean?
inside of a small room to
What do you mean?
being absolutely blasted out of our minds.
What do you mean? Trailer was great. What are you talking about?
That's why it was great, because of all the fuck shit.
No, we kept it very. There was nothing bad happening in there. It was all very good. I know what you're talking about. Anyways, moving on from the trailer. What did Alright, so we were in the trailer and then we started working jobs. I remember I started working at that sushi place.
I think
And were you working?
um I was working at a go-kart facility.
Oh yeah. Yeah, go-kart facility. So we were both working matrix jobs. Then we I quit that sushi place. Shout out to Kevin, by the way. Shout out Kevin. You know who you are. He's the manager at that sushi place. So many illegals worked there, and he just gave everyone like insane amount of tips. It was insane. Shout out Kevin. He like gambled on the site, drank, gave me drinks, gave Matthew drinks. Shout out Kevin. He was a G. Um, but anyways, we worked at that sushi place. I worked at that sushi place. You were working at that go-kart place. Then did we start working at where did we start working at after that? We started working at Discount Tire, the
Um
tire place, or was it the
no,
chicken
there was a
place?
time where in between that you moved to Georgia for a bit. Cause like there was I
Yeah.
remember working
Yeah, yeah.
at cause when you went to Georgia, I also went to work at another place, and that was an oil shop.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wait, so was that after the Oh wait, when was that though? I'm pretty sure that was
Cause the last job that I worked was the oil shop.
Oh wait, when was that then, bro? Wait, wait. Wait, so it was I'm pretty sure what happened was I was staying there for like a month, like during the summer, right?
Uh-huh.
I went and I stayed at Matthew's trailer for like a month or two, and then I went back for like I think it was like 2 weeks. Then I was like, fuck this. Then I came back to Oregon, and it was still summer, and pretty sure I came back, lived with Matthew, and I'm pretty sure that's when I worked at Sushi Hana, the sushi place, and I worked there with Matthew, and then we worked at, was it the tire shop or was it the chicken place? I think it was the tire shop.
Was it tire
Yeah,
shop
yeah, yeah.
first and then chicken place?
It was it was a tire shop. Yeah, it was a tire shop. We worked at the tire shop. Then we, yeah, so we worked at the tire shop, and then we. That's when like the turning point happened, where we just like
This
kind of.
this this is when we went into like fitness self improvement turning point. Was
Yeah,
through the
yeah.
tire
Well,
shop.
that was like this first summer.
Right.
Like
Oh
that was
yeah,
when
yeah,
summer
yeah.
started.
But this
Yeah.
this is when we went like in like we're gonna figure something the fuck out.
At the no, that was when well, yeah, yeah. So the tire shop. So we got into fitness and like self improvement like that first, pretty much the first day of like summer,
Uh huh.
and then like as soon as we graduated, and then um we, I think we partied for a bit that first month,
Yeah.
and then we were like, okay. Then we really got on self improvement. We were like, remember we were sitting at the freaking taco place. Remember that? Livy's.
Uh
We were
huh.
sitting on that bench and we were like, we were with Matthew and we were like, all right. Remember when we like decided to like delete Instagram?
Yeah. Instagram,
Like,
Snapchat,
yeah, yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, everything. We decided to like go ghost on at that taco place. And that's when like the self improvement journey started for us at that taco place. After I think we just like partied a shit ton. And yeah, we were like, fuck this. What are we doing? And um, then we started really going to the gym super hard. We were going to the gym a little bit, but then we started going super hard after that.
Yeah.
Um,
Like
and then
that's when we started tracking like bulking,
yeah,
everything like super
yeah,
seriously.
yeah, yeah. I remember the first day of the bulk, I ate like 8,000 calories. Insane. But um, but yeah, so we did that, and then we worked at discount. No, we worked. I worked at that sushi place with Matthew, and then we were doing like we were going to the gym. We were on self improvement, all that, and then we worked at Discount Tire, and that's when we got that job together. I left that sushi place, worked at Discount Tire, and then we were like, okay, this ain't it. Remember that one time we're like, remember when we the last night
We were
of like
sitting
before we quit.
we were no, no,
We're
like
sitting in the
we were
car.
sitting in the car and someone was banging it like in the hotel in front of us.
I remember this. Yes.
And we were just like, "Yo,
Yeah.
there's what the fuck are they doing over there?" I remember that exact night cuz you also needed to go home
Mhm.
really bad cuz you needed to take a shit.
Wait, why do you remember this? What the heck?
I remember that night
I
to
don't
the
remember that.
T cuz that was a special fucking night. That was like the turning point.
I remember. Yeah, it was a turning point. Yeah. So like we were in the car and we just got done with like a 12-hour shift when it was supposed to be like 8 hours or something, and it was like freezing cold. We just got done throwing a bunch of tires in a truck in the freezing cold at night, and our hands were like frozen off,
Dude, my
and we were
thumb
like, and
and
then
my there was like a hole in my thumb from like the nails.
yeah, and then we were like, and then same thing tomorrow. And we were like, when we got back to the car, we were like, okay, this ain't it. We were like, both looked at each other like, this ain't it, bro. Like, what the balls? This is like too real. There's no way this is life. And then we, after that happened, what happened? After that happened, we were like, okay, we came to the decision that we were going to quit in a week and go, because you were on the drop shipping. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what that is. And he was like, you were like, I'm gonna go all in on like drop shipping. I'm like, all right, I'll do it, sure. And then we were like, okay, let's save up some money. Let's work one more week and then quit. And then we'll go all in on drop shipping. Like, all right, sounds good. And then the morning came and we had to work. It was like 10 p.m. or something. And we had to work at like 8 a.m. next morning. And then I remember I got no sleep that night. I maybe got like 6 to 5 hours sleep. As I got some sleep, but it was like the heater didn't work. It was freezing cold. The heater didn't work in the trailer, so I was freaking freezing. And then I had work in an hour with very little sleep, and I was like, "Fuck this." So I texted the work. I was like, "I quit. Bye." In a bit more respectful way. I'm not sure
Yeah.
exactly what I said. But I was like, "This ain't it. Peace." And I then texted you, and I was like, "I just quit." And then you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what did you do?
I think like literally the moment you texted me that, I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm not staying another week. So I also texted Tony, which
Yeah.
is the boss at the time.
Yeah.
He was a great guy. Like he treated us well as too. I think I learned a lot from that um work. It was a physical labor job, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this for the as life is not like
Yeah.
this. I don't want to work this shit ass
Yeah.
job. So the
Yeah.
moment you did that, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. So that was like when I also kind of left the place as well.
Yeah. Exactly. And then we left, and then we were like, all right, well now we gotta fucking do something. I remember I like slept for a little bit longer, and then I woke up and I was like, holy fuck, what am I gonna do? So then I think we like I'm assuming we like met up. I don't specifically remember, but we like met up, and then we like met up that day and did like you were teaching me dropshipping because I had no idea how it worked. Like I had no clue.
Yeah, I think at the time we were like building out your Shopify store, watching like YouTube videos on drop shipping in the
Yeah.
trailer, kind of we were just sitting there like
Yes.
I remember going over the trailer like late at night and we would just sit there and have like deep conversations of like, dude, what are we gonna do with this
Oh yeah.
place? Like what are we
Yeah.
doing? Like cause like fuck all this shit. And I think this is when we
Yep.
started getting into like um I think we started watching a lot of Andrew Tate. And we were like,
Yeah, yeah.
fuck
That's when
this.
that's when he got popular. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Like let's not work this stupid 9 to 5. Everything's a lie. So we did a bunch of
Hmm.
research. I came over there and I remember us talking about like every scenario possible, talking about our entire lives. Just I think around this time was when we quit the job, is
Oh
when
yeah, I
we
remember
got
that.
like super close. And it's just starting telling each
Yeah.
other about our entire life story.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts. So yeah, that is what happened. And then yeah, we're doing drop shipping. I didn't really like drop shipping. I didn't really like. I was like, is this it? Is this the only like business thing, or is there more of this like business? Because business was completely new to me. I never did it ever. So I was like, is this business or is there like more to this? And then I did some more research online, found the famous Iman Gotzi video, and then I was like, all right, I'm sold. This seems awesome. And then I text you, and I'm like, dude, I just found this insane thing. And then we like met up, and we talked in the car, and we're like, dude, this is insane. This is it. Fuck drop shipping. And then um we left. No, no, no. You were like, I was gonna buy Imon Gotzi's course because I thought that was the only thing. And then you're like, no. He was like, let me look around. And then you found Max Persin. Shout out Max Persin. And then and then we found his free course. And that's when we like were grinding on that like every single day. We're like we went all in on SMMA. And yeah, and then we pretty much went all in on SMMA, and we did that. I was in the trailer for a while, like learning just like the fundamentals of what it is because I had no clue about business at all.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we were like watching the course every day. He also had some like good self improvement things as well in there. And then I moved to Georgia to lock in.
Hmm.
So I moved to Georgia to lock
Did you
in,
move to
and that's
Georgia?
when I
Was that
found
before or after I went to Vietnam?
that was you went to Vietnam like same. You went to Vietnam like a week before I left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
that was in like January, like late January, or like yeah,
yes.
middle to late January is when I went to Vietnam.
It was like January 13th, I think. Yeah, it was like middle of January. Yeah, yeah. And so I then went to Georgia to lock in, and then outreach, sales calls, signed my first client, signed my second client, signed my third client, and then I was like, okay, this is like legit. This is it. And then we then moved in. I was like, I came back to Oregon, and then we merged agencies. And yeah, tell them about that. Tell them how
Yeah,
we merged
so
agencies.
I think you came here around, when was it? It was like April, May time when you moved down here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, around there.
Yeah, I think at the time, um, how many clients? I think you had like how many clients? You were doing still installation. I was doing flooring,
I was
um,
doing roofing as well.
roofing. Yeah, roofing insulation, and I
Yeah.
think we were kind of. I think at the time we were kind of like not stuck, but like dude, if we came together, we'd become like a fucking superpower.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I think at first I tried because we have like kind of like a small house in my backyard,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
my aunt kind of owns it, so I was like convincing her. I was like, "Yo, can we just like rent this place out for like a couple of months?" And I was like so set on doing it. I was like, "I'm gonna find a way for you to come down here, no matter
Remember that.
what it fucking takes." Like I was pulling
Yeah.
my hair, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this guy down here no matter what.
Yeah.
So the thing is though, it's like my aunt was a monk at the time. She used that place as kind of
Yes.
her shrine house. So no matter what, she was like, she wouldn't let us do it. But what's cool about my family is that my like there's like 5 or 6 houses in this neighborhood where it's just all of my aunts and uncle, and they just live throughout the entire neighborhood. So we've pretty
Yes.
much just kind of taken over this whole area. And next door
Mm-hmm.
was my aunt, which is on my mom's side, her sister. She had like like 2 extra rooms essentially. And I talked to her. I was like, "Hey, can
Mm-hmm.
is there any chance we could just use that room for a couple of months? We're working on this business together, and when it blows up, I swear I'm gonna pay you back and everything." She's like, "Yeah, sure." Which is I was like, "Holy
Mm-hmm.
shit, you're the fucking best." So this is when I was like super excited. I was like, "Yo," I called up you, and you're like, "Yo, dude, we just got a place. Get the fuck down here ASAP.
Yeah.
We're gonna scale." And that's kind of when I
Yep.
think you booked your flight. You came down here. We got set up.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
set up. We had like 2 rooms essentially. One was
The
like the room
office.
we stayed in, and another was the
Yeah.
entire office with just like 2 giant tables where we would work together
Yeah.
in that office every single day. We would have like a whole routine. We'd wake up at like 5 or 6 a.m. every single day, go on
Yep.
like a 1 to 2 mile run,
Run.
like on the crack of
Yeah.
like in the morning, and come back,
Mm-hmm.
fucking grind out the day, outreach, scale
Mm-hmm.
the agency, go to the gym, and we'd have this routine going on for months on end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. And then we did that for how long did I stay there for?
Like up until you went to Thailand?
Yeah.
I think it was like, was it more than 2 years? Or was it almost 2 years? It was like a year and like 9 or 10 months.
Yeah. Quite a while. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah. So we mm-hmm.
you were saying?
No, 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 go ahead. I don't know.
I was
I don't
just
know what
gonna
I
go
said.
into like how during that time, do you remember how we were like, I think it was kind of in the beginning where um neither of us had jobs. We were just all relying on I think your one client, Denver Insulation. Um
Yes.
and we were just going out, dude, every single day, every night, just fucking door dashing to have money for the agency. Every
Yes.
single
I
day, we
remember
would
that.
go out, spend like 2 or 3
Yeah.
hours DoorDash just to be able to survive and run the
Yep.
agency because we had no other job, we had
Yeah.
nothing, and we had one client that was just paying for all the agency expenses. So we had to DoorDash to get everything else set
Yeah.
up and rolling.
Yep. I remember that. That was interesting times. Yeah, we were door dashing to pay for everything, and we stayed there for yeah, about like year and 10 months, quite a while. And we then I moved to Thailand, and now we're here.
Yeah,
That's pretty much been the journey so far.
the quick backstory.
Pretty yeah, pretty insane. Um yeah, pretty insane. So, yeah. That was we'll probably actually end it here cuz it's been like 40 minutes so far. But is there any last words you want to say to the camera?
Yeah. For any one of you guys that's watching out there, just make sure to put your, if you want to succeed in doing something, the biggest thing that I've learned in my journey is to go, like, I know it sounds like everyone says it, just go all in this, but you really have to think to yourself, there's only two options in this life. It's either you lose or you win, and there's no floating in the middle. You have to choose one, because if you're not doing one or the other, you're just wasting your life away. So you need to go all in, put all
Facts.
of your cards in one deck, and have full faith and belief in yourself that you will make it. And as long as you don't give up, you will make it. As long as you have the momentum built up, things get easier, things will get better, and you will reach the end. Like no matter what. Like I have never, like throughout this entire journey of all of the entrepreneurs we've talked to, they're just regular people. They've lived regular lives. There's even guys that maybe didn't have such a fortunate beginning to their lives in the beginning, but at the end, they didn't give up and they made it. I've never seen anyone who hasn't given up not make it.
Facts. You only fail when you give up. That is facts. Amazing. Well, Aiden, where can they find you?
You can go. You guys can go ahead and find me at on YouTube at I'm Leighton Win, IMLETINHUYNH, or you guys can find me on Instagram at HUYNH_LETIN. You guys can also find me on there as well, and you can shoot me a message. I'll get back to you guys anytime you have any questions.
Yes, sir. Links will be in the description. And yeah, would you say that was a successful first episode? I
I would say it was
think it
a
was.
100% successful first episode, and there's many more that'll be a lot even better.
Let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir. All right. We're going to end it here. That was the first episode of Deep Talks with yours truly. And yeah, see you guys in the next podcast and next video. Peace.